There's a new design trend that has been taking off recently that I could have never predicted. That trend is QR code shirts like these that have been making some print-on-demand sellers a lot of sales lately. Using Everbee, I can see that the estimated monthly revenue for this t-shirt is over $8,700, and this listing is only 1 month old. So let's take a look at the product research. We'll discuss some ways that you can leverage this trend, and then I'm going to walk you through a full tutorial on how to create your own QR code shirt. If you're new here, welcome. My name's Adrian. I post videos on how to build a profitable business with Shopify and print on demand. My goal is to create the most positive and supportive community of print on demand sellers on YouTube. So if that's you, join us by subscribing and interacting in the comments. There is no gatekeeping here, and you always have a seat at this table. I hopped into Etsy to conduct some product research, and there are currently over 1,800 monthly searches for the term QR code just on Etsy, signaling surprisingly strong demand. I went ahead and ran that search, and immediately we can see that a number of the products here are shirts. So here we have a sweatshirt, we have a t-shirt, we have a hoodie. There are some non-apparel items here. So I'm just gonna go ahead and I'm gonna get a little more specific and just put QR code shirt. This is gonna bring up a lot of shirts using this design trend that we can use for research and inspiration. Now, just before I run the data, I actually wanna filter these results by bestseller. So I'm just gonna tap all filters, select physical items, star seller, run that search, and then I'm gonna change the word star in the URL to best. Because Etsy no longer has a bestseller filter, we have to do this little workaround to create it ourselves. Now that I can see some of the best sellers here, let's take a look at the product analytics using my Everbee Chrome extension. Here we can sort by estimated monthly revenue. Now this is really interesting. I can see that in these results, there are a lot of non-QR code shirts, but when I look only at the QR code shirts, I can see that most of them are very new. So for example, this one here, I can see the listing age is 1 month. This one here, I can see the listing age is 2 months. And this one here, I can see the listing age is 2 months. That is really good to see when trend spotting. This first shirt here is the one that I showed you at the beginning of the video. This shirt has an American flag on the chest, and then on the back, it has a QR code that when you scan it, it takes you to a YouTube video of Trump dancing. Here we can see that the estimated monthly sales are 240, estimated monthly revenue is 8,700, and this listing is only 1 month old. I really feel like this design trend can work well for so many niches. Here we saw one in the political niche, but I've also seen them in the dog niche, the book lover niche, the mental health niche, inspirational niche. There was even one shirt that went viral where the QR code took people to the dating profile of the person wearing the shirt. Now that we've seen some QR code shirts and seen validation that some of these designs are selling very well, let's create a QR code t-shirt for this design trend. First, I'm gonna hop into Printify. I'm gonna go to the catalog and select t-shirts. From here, I'm gonna select the Bella Canvas 3001 t-shirt. This is one of the best-selling t-shirts in Printify, and it's my best-selling t-shirt of all time. From here, you can let Printify choose the fulfillment partner. I personally like to choose manually, and my favorite is Swift Pod because they have the largest number of color options. They're very highly rated. They have low production costs, and their average production time is just 1 day. From the editor, we're just gonna grab these print area size dimensions we're gonna take over to Canva. Next, I'm gonna hop into Canva. I'm gonna tap create a design, and I'm gonna create a custom size design. Here, I'm just gonna input the recommended print area size dimensions that we got in Printify, and then tap create new design. For this shirt, I want to create a front chest design, and then I want to create the QR code design on the back. I'm going to target the Christian niche with this shirt. And so on the front, I just want to have a cross. And then on the back, I'm going to have a QR code that takes them to a Bible verse. So I just searched elements on the left-hand menu and typed cross. Let's go ahead and see what comes up. I'm just going to take this first graphic here, and I'm just going to keep this really, really simple. That's going to be the chest design. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to duplicate the page, and I'm going to create the back design, which is going to be the QR code. So I'm going to get rid of this, and creating a QR code in Canva is actually really simple and just requires a few steps. So first, in the left toolbar, you want to tap the apps here. Next, you want to search QR code. From here, I'm going to click on this QR code generator app. And then in this QR code box here, you can enter the URL that you want to take people too. So this could be a link to something on your website, your Instagram account, your blog, a YouTube video. There are a lot of options here. Let's say that you did want to take them to a YouTube video. You would just copy and paste the URL to the YouTube video here and then tap generate code. And that would create a QR code with a link that takes someone to that YouTube video when they scan your shirt. But when it comes to the content that people see when they scan the QR code, I commonly see two different things. One is a link to a web page like I just explained, and two is a link to an image. To create a QR code that takes people to an image, a simple way to do this is using Google Drive. So the first step is to create the image file that you want the people to see. I just created this Bible verse here that I'm going to use as the image that people will see when they scan the QR code. So I just went ahead and saved this image file as a PNG, and I'm actually not going to make the background transparent because that would actually make it really hard to read. I'm going to leave it white. So when it pops up, it's going to be on a white background with the black design. I'm going to go ahead and download that. And now I've created the image that I'm going to send people to. Next, you're going to want to hop into Google Drive and upload the image. Right click on the uploaded image, scroll over share, and then tap the share option. From here, under general access, I want to change restricted to anyone with this link so others can access it. Next, I'm just going to copy the link to the URL image, select done, and now I'm going to hop back into Canva where I will paste that link into the code generator and click generate code. That's going to create this QR code that's going to take people to the image. Here, I can expand it so that it takes up more of the canvas, and I can also customize it further. So for example, let's say that you want to change the color of the QR code. You can do that here. You can change the background color or the foreground color. This is really good if you're creating a black QR code for a white shirt and you also want a white QR code for a black shirt. You might not notice this because the background is white, but there's actually a white border around the QR code. So you can actually get rid of that. I'm just going to show you what it looks like. If I change the background color to gray, notice that white border around. If you do want to get rid of that white border, all you need to do is change the margin to 0, tap generate code, and that's going to create a code without a border. So let's go ahead and let's just take that code. I actually prefer it without the border. I think it looks much nicer. And then I'm just going to go ahead and change that background color back to white. Now I'm going to be creating my design for lighter shirts. So I want the design to be black, but if you were creating the design for a black shirt, for example, you can go ahead and you can duplicate this, and then you can go ahead and you can change the colors. So I would just change the background color to black, and then I would just change the foreground color to white. Once you're done, just tap update code here, and now you can see that these codes look different. Again, if you want to remove the border around this design here, just change the margin to 0 and tap update code. You can just use the same QR code if you want for darker and lighter shirts. This is totally a personal preference thing. Once you've created your QR code designs, I definitely recommend testing them just to make sure that they actually work. So just pull out your phone, go to your camera, and just focus it on there, open it up, and I can see that the design shows up on my phone. Also want to test the other QR code where I change the color just to make sure that that works as well, and we are good to go. Now I have everything I need here all in one place. I have my front chest design, I have the back design, and then I have the image that people are going to be sent to through Google Drive. To create my shirt, I really just need the front chest design and then this back design here. So I'm just going to tap share, download. I'm going to save them as a PNG with a transparent background. And then I'm just going to grab the first two designs here. By the way, every tool that I'm using in this video, I've included my affiliate links below, along with any free trials, discounts, or special offers. Thank you in advance for using any of those links. They support me as a creator at no extra cost to you and allow me to create more free content like this that I hope you're enjoying as much as I enjoy creating it. Back in Printify, we can add the designs to our t-shirt, but I just want to point out something. If you did want to change the color options, just tap edit tools in the top right, select variants, and then you have a bunch of color options to choose from here. For this example, I'll just stick with white. Next, let's go ahead and add the design. So first, we want to add the design to the front side. So make sure that the front side is selected in the bottom left, and I'm just going to drag that design onto the mockup. From here, we can make any adjustments to the design. So I'm going to resize it, and then I'm going to adjust the placement a little. Let's make it a little bit smaller, and I'm just going to put it right on the left chest there. To add the back design, just select backside in the bottom left here. And then let's go ahead and drag that QR code onto the mockup. Here we can adjust the size and the placement again. So I'm gonna make it a little bit smaller and I'm gonna move it a bit further up the shirt. Just before we save this, let's go ahead and see how this looks on a more realistic image. So I'm just gonna select preview in the top right, and here I can see the front mock-up, the back mock-up, and then if I wanna see what it would look like on a human, I can just select this mock-up here to see the front, and then I'll go ahead and select this mock-up here to see the back. I'm actually gonna make that a little bit smaller. So I'm just gonna make it a little bit smaller and keep it pretty close to the top here. So let's go ahead and look at it now. See the front mock-up and the back mock-up. And once you're happy with how everything looks, just tap the green Save Product button in the bottom right. This will take you to the mock-up library where you'll see all of the different mock-ups provided by Printify, or you can upload your own. In the top right, you'll see the selected mockups, and if you want to remove any of them, just tap the X here. On the left, you'll see all the different mockups that you can choose from, and if you do want to select any, you can just go ahead and tap on that mockup and it'll be automatically added. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm just gonna change out some of the mockups here. I do want to make this a unisex shirt, so I'm gonna show a woman wearing it, I'll show a man wearing it, and then I'll also show an image of a man and a woman together wearing it. Once you're happy with the mockups that you've selected, just go ahead and tap the Save Selection button in the bottom right. This is gonna take us to the product details page where you can go ahead, fill out all the product details, and when everything looks good, just tap the Publish button in the bottom right to have Printify automatically publish this shirt to your Shopify store. All right, I wanna hear your thoughts. Let me know in the comments what you think of this QR code trend and whether this is a design style that you're gonna be trying in your print-on-demand store this year. Also, I've created a bunch of free print-on-demand resources that you can find below, including my free 60-minute masterclass where I reveal the strategy that I use to generate multiple millions in sales with Shopify and print-on-demand, and discuss how you can get direct coaching from me and my team through my training and coaching program, T-Shirt Legends Academy.